Ladybug, I know you have a reputation of making jokes about the Nazis and Adolf H in a Danish comedy bar in Toshiba Caravan Bay. You go there every night, but as a daytime employee at the Funai house in the Funai municipality city, you mustn't do what you are allowed to do at the Danish comedy bar, that you shouldn't joke about the Nazis in front this humanoid Baprestity employee.
What? You mean this beetle-looking girl? How can Nazi jokes off in here?
That's just it. This pink humanoid Baprestity is Jewish, and any jokes related to her religion, the Nazis, and the Holocaust is considered quite frankly extremely offensive to her, and you offending Ladybug, you're more than likely to joke about the Nazis in the same room as her, so please for the love of God don't even think about joking about jokes that offend the Jewish.
Well, if he can't joke about the Nazis in the same room as a Jewish person, but are there any other Jewish employees working in the Funai house?
As a matter of fact, yes. There are 3 Jewish employees at the Funai house. First is the aforementioned pink humanoid Baprestity. The second is her Fleischwasser husband who converted his religion to Jewish because his humanoid Baprestity wife is Jewish. And the third is a former member of the Fujitsu BFDI gang. He quit the job because his ex-mates have crippling child pornography addictions and were clinically obsessed with having sex with minors, which he did not like at all. So that's why he quit the Fujitsu BFDI gang and started working for us. And yes, you guessed it, is also Jewish.
Damn it, now we really need to watch what I say or joke about, because he can't joke about the Nazis because some of your employees are Jewish, so I'm physically not allowed to make Nazi and Jewish jokes without offending Tim.
Well, you really must try not to make a single Nazi or Jewish joke without offending my Jewish employees, because they are really sensitive to those, you know. And if you somehow joke about the Nazis and the Jewish, you're gonna get sacked as we sat in Britain. Alright Funai lads, we now welcome 2 new employees. The first, which I've interviewed last night, is from Denmark, and the last just came here this morning, and his name is...
What's up Funai Landix? My name is Steve. I've quit being an Fujitsu impersonator because my mates who are also Fujitsu impersonators have crippling addictions to child pornography and are clinically obsessed with having sex with minors and small children. That's why I've converted myself to Funai and now qualified as a Funai land citizen. Lol.
Then why didn't you send your former mates with crippling addictions to naked children to concentration camps?
Ah! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Cartman!
And right off the bat someone offended my religion just as I started working here. And the concentration camp joke that Ladybug has made.
Okie dokie.
I'm starting to believe that news we get from Funai and the Fujitsu Gazette always say negative things about them or something bad happening to them, but the latest news from Funai actually made my wife wheeze so hard she had a heart attack and postman Pat had to perform CPR to resuscitate my wife. And I'm gonna show you the news that gave my wife a heart attack from laughing way too hard. See? Some humanoid coach Nelda offended that Jewish Funai Prime Minister who also works as Robbie Rotten's butler. Can you guess what joke did the humanoid coach Nelda make to offend Funai's Prime Minister Tom?
I think I already know why. Funai's Prime Minister is Jewish, so by the words on how the humanoid coccinellity offended Funai's Prime Minister implies that the humanoid coccinellity made a Nazi joke which offended Funai's Prime Minister's Jewish values, and I think I can read the whole paragraph of this page in the Fujitsu Gazette. Funai resident accidentally offends the Prime Minister's Jewish values over a Nazi joke. On June 1, 2026, Lu Nullengård, a Danish citizen of Funai land, accidentally offended the Prime Minister over a Nazi joke. And remember, Sonia Shimmer J. Beetle III is Jewish, but her adoptive family aren't Jewish, so that's a pickle, huh? And as a result, the president of Funai land, Sir Loam, had deported Loon to Toshiba Caravan Bay and forbid her from stepping foot into Funai land territory. and it is probably for her own good, because the Danish comedy bar down there somehow allows Loon to make any jokes of any minority, especially jokes related to the Jewish and the Nazis, but honestly this is quite frankly the stupidest joke that Scooped Guy 2026 has come up with. Jeez. Some people in Funai land are so stupid to the point that they even make fun of or offend their government, and in that case, a humanoid coccinellity offended her region's prime minister by making a joke about the Nazis, which is extremely offensive to the Jewish, like Funai's prime minister for example.
I know, Tom. Funai are just really the least intelligent people in the Japanese Company Islands of the coast of the UK, I mean really. Someone in Funai land offended their own prime minister just because they made a Nazi joke. No wonder why my wife had a heart attack from laughing too hard from this news. It is just so funny and ridiculous that how a dark German history joke can offend not just Germans like my cousin Mag for example, but mostly to Jewish people like Funai's prime minister for example. But really, the latest news from Funai is just hilariously offensive. But please do not tell my cousin Mag about the news, otherwise she'll crash out again and have another stroke from her rage-induced aneurysm over the Nazi joke news.
What were you saying again, Michael?
Well, we can't just shoot them. There's innocents and children about. Dawkins! Sir! Fire a warning flag. Yes, sir! Oops. Oh my god! They killed Kenny!
You bastards!
Hey! We can't fire at them, sir. There are too many children. Then how do we stop them?